will evolve.
Ah, yes.
For tickets, yeah!
Look who stumbled into the graveyard.
Uh-oh. What have I got myself into? I don't like this fight. Looks very creepy. Hey, is that you, TK? You look a little edgier than usual.
This is what happens when you visit the Eternal Circus. You come out all jaded.
Oh God, what has Horton done to you? Well, once again, it is time for Yakudo and the Soul Saving Society to do his work. All right, and so let's go ahead and see if we can't undo what Horton did to TK, guys. Come on. Alrighty. Well, I need to save you and undo what Zack did to your head. So I'm busting out the big guns. Time to call upon the ancient magic of the dark Kudo within me. Yakudo!
All right, now let's time to duel. Like you get to choose.
It's your first time in the graveyard, so it's your move first.
As you wish. Here we go. My move. Don't worry, Andrea. We'll save him. I'll put 2 cards face down on my field in my magic and trap zone. Let's make it a third. Then, I'm going to reveal Illusion of Chaos. By doing so, I get to add 1 Dark Magician related card from my deck directly to my hand. What to choose, though? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and choose Magician's Souls. Unfortunately, I have to shuffle my deck, and I have to put 1 card back on the top of my deck. So, I'll shuffle, and I'll place this card on top. Which one? Yeah, that one. All right. Next, I'm activating the effect of Magician's Souls by sending both him and Dark Magician to the graveyard from my deck. I get to call upon the all-powerful Dark Magician. Next, I activate my face-down card, the Eye of Timaeus. Now, Timaeus will merge with Dark Magician to form the all-powerful Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Welcome to the show, and there's more. Don't worry, TK. I know your good side is still in there. You've been twisted horrendously. We're going to save you.
I think not.
Oh, I think so. I activate Card of Sanctity. Now both players draw until we're each holding 6 cards in our hands. I'm just going to activate Spellbook of Knowledge. By discarding Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, I get to draw 2 cards. Then the draw power doesn't stop there. I play Pot of Greed. All right, I think we can make this work. I'm going to call Dimension Conjurer to the field in defense mode. Thanks to his special ability, I get to add the spell card, Magical Dimension, from my deck directly to my hand. I just have to find it. No, seriously, where is it? Wait, is it already in my hand? Oh, so it is. Yeah, that will definitely do that. Very creepy pose. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place 3 cards face down on the field, and with that, I'll pass it to you, TK. It is your move.
I draw for turn. First, I'll play the monster card, Gazuki.
Gazuki?
And yes, my zombie bull thing. And now his ability activates. I'm able to send 1 zombie from my deck to the graveyard.
And let me guess, thanks to Gazuki, you'll be sending his counterpart, Mizuki.
No. I'm going to be sending White Baking to the graveyard.
Oh, no!
When White Baking is sent to the graveyard, I can bring 2 Skull Servants with different names to my hand. But I'm forced to discard one of them.
This isn't good.
So, let's see her. I will bring my King of Skull Servants, my formidable creature, and the White Prince to my hand, but he will be discarded to the graveyard. And when he's discarded, I can discard Skull Servant and Lady of White to the graveyard as well.
He's building his graveyard up. As soon as King of the Skull Servants hits the field, he'll be unstoppable.
He might need an extra help or two. That's why I'm going to play 2 cards face down. And activate the spell card, Gravekeeper's Servant.
What does that do?
In order for you to attack me, you must discard the top card of your deck to the graveyard.
Not good.
And then, with that, I will end my turn, since I can't attack your Dark Magician Knight.
I'll end your turn for you, TK. I'll start by activating the spell card known as Secrets of Dark Magic. So, by merging the Dimension Conjurer on my field with the Dark Magician Girl that's in my hand, I'm going to call upon 1 fusion monster. So come forth, the Dark Magicians! I'm going to activate the Soul Servant spell card. I get to place any Dark Magician card on the top of my deck from my deck. Let's see, what should it be? Yes. We're going to place Magician's Salvation on the top of my deck. And also, let's not forget, I activated a magic card, which means the Dark Magicians let me draw 1 card. And with that, it is now finally my move. I draw. That's just what I needed. I call forth Magician's Rod in defense mode. Thanks to his special ability, I'm allowed to add the ultimate weapon of the Dark Magician. So come forth, Dark Magical Circle.
No, not that card.
Oh yes, that card. It's going to help me win this duel and free your mind. I activate Dark Magical Circle by looking at the top 3 cards of my deck. Unfortunately, none of them are Dark Magician related, so they are placed back on the top of my deck in any order I wish. But that's okay, because guess what? I have Soul Servant in my graveyard. Since the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl are both sleeping in my graveyard, I can banish this card to draw 2 more. Next, I activate the field spell Magician's Salvation.
No.
This card sets the stage for my victory and your demise. Upon activation, I get to set Eternal Soul directly from my deck face down.
And on that, I'll activate the card. Nightmare Wheel.
Nightmare Wheel?
Dark Magician of the Dragon Knight.
Ugh, that's not good. My Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, is frozen. However, you activated a trap card, so the Dark Magicians let me draw 1 extra card. The only problem is, what now? I know exactly what to do. I activate Monster Reborn! So come back, Dark Magician from my graveyard! And thanks to the effect of Magician's Salvation, Dark Magician Girl returns with him. Now, for Dark Magical Circle's second effect, I get to banish 1 card on your field, and I will remove the spell card that prevents me from attacking by milling the top card. Your spell in zone number 1. Now my monsters can attack without me having to sacrifice a card from my deck. But I'm afraid there's more. Next, I sacrifice Magician's Rod to special summon Timaeus, the United Dragon. Thanks to his special ability, I'm allowed to merge him with any monster on my field. I'm going to merge himself with Dark... You know what? No. I'm going to use his ability to merge Dark Magician the Dragon Knight and Illusion of Chaos in my hand together. That means your Nightmare Wheel goes to the graveyard. And it means I can now call upon the all-powerful Master of Chaos!
What is that card?
Master of Chaos is an incredibly powerful sorcerer, and you'll see why. I activate his special ability. By sacrificing 1 light monster and 1 dark monster, I can banish every monster on your field!
Every monster? That's
Every
insane!
No,
you've left
you're
me wide
insane.
open.
But you won't be for much longer. Now, Master of Chaos with 3,000 attack points. Attack with Dark Magic Dimension Slash!
I'll play Scrap Iron Scarecrow, blocking that attack.
You may have stopped Master of Chaos's attack, but Dark Magician Girl is under no such spell. Oh, and need I remind you, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight is also treated as Dark Magician as well, which means there are 2 Dark Magicians in my graveyard, giving her 300 for each one. Dark Magician Girl with 2,600. Attack! TK directly! Dark Burning Attack!
No!
And don't forget about the Dark Magician Fusion Monster. A go! Double Dark Magic Attack for 2,800.
No, not again!
Oh, yes, again. And with that, I'll end my turn. It is your
You'll
move.
pay for that.
We'll see.
With interest.
Now, are you ready to submit and return to the light, TK?
No. And
I
it's
didn't-
Tombstone.
Very well. Tombstone.
I summon a monster. King of the Skull Servants.
And just how many Skull Servants are in your graveyard?
4.
4,000 attack points. That makes him the strongest creature in play. What will you do, Tombstone?
We shall see. It is your move.
As you wish. During the end phase of your turn, I'll activate my face-down card, Eternal Soul, and I'll use its effect to bring back Dark Magician the Dragon Knight from my graveyard. Now, my move. And I'll use the effect of Eternal Soul once again. Here's the thing, though. I'll use his effect to add a particular spell card from my deck to my hand, which I'll activate on the spot. I activate Dark Magic Attack! Now, this destroys all spells and traps on your field since I control my Dark Magician.
No.
As for
Destroyed
your
my Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
As for your King of the Skull Servants, I think it's time we send him on a one-way trip to the graveyard. I activate the card I drew, Raigeki!
No!
Your field is wide open, Tombstone, and it's time to bring TK back to the light. All of my magicians, attack his light points for game!
No!
If you still think you can't submit to your old self, open your mind! Don't resist, Tombstone!
Unfortunately for you, I think I'll tap into the astral plane. What do you think I'm planning?
What the? Where are we? What's happened? No!
I've
Please.
now tapped into the astral plane, and your demise will be imminent. Imminent!
No, he's so far gone he's lost his grammar.
I've been too far gone into the circus.
Then there's only one way to truly free you. I must defeat Ringmaster Horton himself.
Well, he's not the ringmaster, unfortunately. You faced the ringmaster last night.
Yes, Mr. Beast and his prediction princesses. I barely escaped that duel with my life. This isn't good.
That's who you think runs the circus. You are in for a great and powerful surprise. I will do the honors of going first this time.
Very well, I'll change my deck. Yakudo, I give full control back to you.
Thanks, Dark Kudo. We tried.
You did well, but I have control now.
Looks like Tombstone has too far of a control, even for the Millennium Puzzle to break.
It's okay, Dark Kudo. We'll find a way. You know what? Maybe we are going about this the wrong way. he's full darkness, and we used the Dark Magician deck. Maybe we have to go on a lighter route. No, there's only one thing that can fully stop him. It's time you faced. You knew what infinite strength was truly about, Tombstone.
All right. Let's see. First off, I'll normal summon the King of Skull Servants in attack mode.
Early in the duel, huh? But he has no points.
Not yet. For now, I activate Graceful Charity. And draw 1, 2, and 3 cards. And I must discard 2, and I choose Skull Servant. And my holding legs to the graveyard.
All right.
Next, I'm going to play 1 card face down. And with that, I'll end my turn.
My move. I already have all 6 cards in my hand. I'll get this duel started by activating the field spell known as Chicken Game. Thanks to its special ability, I can pay 1,000 life points to activate one of its 3 effects. I'll pay 1,000 to draw 1 card. Then, I'll throw 2 cards face down on the field, and summon this, my Card D. By sacrificing Card D, I get to draw 2 cards, but it automatically becomes the end of my turn. Your move, Tombstone.
You might have regretted that hasty act. We'll see. I play 1 monster in face down defense position. And then next, I will end my turn, since my Skull Servant's still at 1,000. And I will deal battle damage to you because of your Chicken Game.
Indeed. I'm going to go ahead and end your turn for you by activating the trap card known as Obliterate. Now, King of the Skull Servants returns to your hand. And I get to send one of Exodia's pieces from my deck to the graveyard. So I'll send Exodia's right arm off to the graveyard.
How did I figure? No, not him.
Oh, yes. There's only one way to get through to you, Tombstone, and that's to show you what unlimited power is really about. Again, Exodia is like the Misfit Dual-Tainers. Individually, we are weak, but united as a wholesome community, we can come together to create something truly unstoppable and powerful. My move. I draw. I play the spell card known as Painful Choice. Now, Tombstone, I'm going to show you 5 cards from my deck. You're going to add 1 of them to my hand and send the other 4 off to the graveyard. All right. So tell me, out of the legendary Exodia Incarnate, Exodia the Forbidden One, and the other 3 limbs of Exodia, you will add 1 to my hand and the other 4 are off to the graveyard. What's it going to be?
Incarnate.
To the hand. Very good. And the other 4 are off to my graveyard. Next, I'm going to activate the effective Chicken Game once again. By paying 1,000 life points, I can draw 1 extra card. But the draw power doesn't stop there. Let me make sure. I activate the trap card known as Reckless Greed. Sure, it may seem a little reckless, and I can't draw for 2 more turns during my draw phase, but I can draw 2 more cards now. Perfect. And this will keep me safe for those turns. I've got Chicken Game to keep me safe. Yeah. I'm going to activate Monster Reincarnation. So, by discarding the counter gate that's in my hand, I can add 1 Exodia piece from my graveyard back to my hand. I'll choose Exodia the Forbidden One. Then I'll normal summon Exodia the Forbidden One to the field right away. Then I sacrifice my Exodia the Forbidden One to call forth the legendary Exodia Incarnate. He's very similar to your King of the Skull Servants. He receives 1,000 attack points for every Forbidden One card in my graveyard, and all 5 are in there. Let's destroy your face-down monster. Hellfire's Rage, Exodo Flame.
You flipped over Morphing Jar. Discard the top 5 cards. Well, I discard my hand as well.
I toss out all cards in my hand and draw a brand new hand of 5.
Me too.
Alrighty? During my main phase 2, I'm going to activate the spell card known as Legacy of the Duelist. As long as this card remains on our field, you and I can only set one spell or trap card face down per turn.
No.
Oh, yes. And since I have not done so yet, I'll place this card face down and give you 1,000 life points to activate Upstart Goblin, allowing me to draw one new card. And with that, I'll end my turn. During the end phase, the legendary Exodia Incarnate lets me return one of Exodia's pieces from my graveyard to my hand. Your move.
I draw. Now, that Legacy the Duelist, it's set.
But you can only set one spell or trap card face down per turn.
Well, I'll do that right now with this one. Next, I'll activate Harpy's Feather Duster.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, there goes Chicken Game. Obliterate. I'm going to chain Wabaku. And there goes Legacy of the Duelist. Thanks to the effect of my Obliterate, when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, I get to add one of Exodia's pieces from my graveyard to my hand.
Next, I play Card Destruction in my hand.
Uh-oh.
I have 3 cards in my hand, and I discard them to the graveyard.
I have 5 cards, and I discard them to draw a
3.
new hand of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. However, you forced me to discard 2 Exodia pieces, so now my legendary Exodia Incarnate is back up to 5 grand.
All right, I'm going to banish Kazuki from my graveyard. To special summon Mazuki in attack mode.
Of course.
End my turn.
All right, here we go. Yeah, we have to do this. I'm going to put 1 card face down on my field. Then I'm going to activate Dark Factory of Mass Production. By doing so, I'm allowed to add any 2 normal monsters from my graveyard to my hand. So I will add Exodia's right arm and left arm from my graveyard to my hand, decreasing my legendary Exodia's attack points by 2,000. How many monsters do you have in the field, Tombstone?
I have 1 with 1,700 attack points.
Let's attack him then. Go! Hellfire's Rage! Exodo Flame!
What's his attack points?
3 grand.
3 grand, so I take 13.
That you do.
And here's the fun part. This may not affect your monster, but it affects me. When I take battle damage, I can target one monster in my graveyard with the attack equal or less of the damage I took and special summon it. And I'm going to choose the King of Skull Servants.
Oh, no. And what is his attack points at?
Still 1,000.
Very well. I'm going to summon Blue Dragon Summoner in defense mode. Then, I'll throw 1 card face down on my field and activate Pot of Greed, allowing me to draw 2 more cards. I'll set 1 card face down on the field, and then during the end phase, the legendary Exodia Incarnate adds 1 monster, Exodia monster, from my graveyard to my hand. I'll like to add Exodia's, let's see. I'll add Exodia, the Forbidden One, from my graveyard to my hand. Your move.
I draw. I'll equip my King of Skull Servants with the Opti Camouflage armor, allowing him to attack you directly.
What?
What's the attack points of your monster?
2,000, since there are only 2 Exodia pieces left in my graveyard.
Okay, I'll have Mizuki attack you, the monster.
This one?
No, your Exodia.
How much is Mizuki?
17.
Mine is 2,000, so counterattack.
Cool. All right, so I take 300.
Yes, you do.
And then I'll attack you directly for 1,000.
Not quite. I'm going to activate my face-down trap card. Go! Scrap Iron Scarecrow! This negates King of the Skull Serpent's attack, and I get to set this card face down again. And while I'm at it, I'll play my other 2 face-down cards. Jar of Greed and Legacy of Yatagaratsu. Allow me to draw 1 card per trap.
All right. I'll set this card. That's my 1. And main phase 2, I'm gonna banish Mizuki. It lets me special summon one monster from my graveyard. That's a zombie. And I'm going to choose Necroface.
Oh dear.
Well, I have 2, and they're going right back into my deck. Mizuki and Gazuki.
A pair of zombified twins. Much like yourself. What happened to you, TK? How did you lose yourself? Or is this all Horton's doing?
This was always like this. I'm the master of Halloween. I'm jealous. We don't get food here.
Well, that's one of the perks about being married into the Kaiba family. My lovely wife is eating me a pulled pork burrito, all homemade.
Oh boy, that sounds delightful. With that, I end my turn.
My move.
2 monsters, 3 set cards, and 1 activated spell.
How strong is King of the Skull Servants?
1,000.
Let's do this. Legendary Exodia Incarnate with 2,000. Wipe out King of the Skull Servants. Who's a grand?
I do. 6,400.
I'm going to set this monster face down in defense mode. During the end phase, I'm going to return 1 Exodia fragment from my graveyard to my hand, leaving my legendary Exodia at 1,000 attack points.
All of the Haunted. Bringing back my King of Skull Servants.
All right.
And with that, I will draw for turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have too many cards, so I will discard Foolish Burial.
I'm going to play Tristan, Knight of the Underworld. When he's summoned, I can special summon 1 zombie creature with 0 defense points from my graveyard, if I do have one.
All right.
And I do not. All right. Tristan will attack the legendary Exodia Incarnate.
Nope. I play Strap Iron Scarecrow.
King of the Skull Servants will attack legendary Exodia Incarnate.
Are they equal?
Yes, they are.
Then they take each other out.
That's not the case, unfortunately. For I banished Skull Servant from my graveyard to protect him and special summon him back.
I see.
And Call of the Haunted is gone at this point. And with that, I end my turn.
Alrighty, here we go. My move.
It's getting close.
Closer than it's ever been. Unfortunately, I don't think I have everything I need to defeat you. I'm going to flip summon my Cyber Jar. This destroys all monsters currently on the field. Then, you and I reveal to each other the top 5 cards of our decks. Any level 4 or lower monsters are summoned in attack mode or face down defense mode.
And what about the
All
other
other
cards?
Unfortunately, that is the end of the duel because I only have 4 cards left in my deck. So, I admit defeat.
GG.
Well done, Tombstone. Well done.